So the game that I'm talking about is Call of Duty. Audience Fairy. Audience Fairy. There are three different types of fairies, which are hypodermic, needle modal, the uses and gratification model, and last but not least, the reception fairy. Some people could say Call of Duty uses gratification model because people play it for a certain reason and not necessarily for the actual violence. The reasons they might play Call of Duty vary, such as playing the game for releasing stress, gaining some sort of pleasure from it, to kill time, to keep a high level status, etc. There are many reasons why people may play Call of Duty. Also, some people could say Call of Duty uses hypodermic needle model. The hypodermic needle model suggests that people act based on what they have been told or shown. So if people are exposed to violence, they'll be violent. Furthermore, they could say they're injecting lots of influence to the people's head, leading them to actually be violent in real life. The fact they promote it, all the violence in adverts and on TV, could lead to people buying the game and then being violent in real life. Passive or active consumption. Active consumption is when the audience will engage and discuss media messages that come across them, and sometimes question media messages through life experiences. Passive consumption is when the audience doesn't engage or question the media messages, but just accept the messages. So some people may not want to question the violence in Call of Duty, but just accept it. I believe there are many passive consumption users playing Call of Duty. Responses. Negotiated responses is where the audience put their opinions and values towards the film, towards the game or anything else. The audience will have a negotiation with themselves to allow them to accept the way in which the product or text is presented. Sometimes you may agree with some parts of the game and disagree with others. Participatory is a response to when the audience interacts and participates with the media they are looking at. An example of this is people are encouraged to comment from home and online or TV programs or games. Social media has encouraged people to get more involved with media, such as using Twitter and Facebook to comment on things such as blogs and comment sections. An oppositional response is where a person isn't in the target audience and they'll have a completely different view on it, disagree with the product or message. So for example, a 30-year-old may disagree with the game Call of Duty because they are not the target audience. Therefore, it wouldn't appeal to them or interest them in any way. Preferred means the specific meaning to an image is used widely in advertising. Some would say Call of Duty is widely advertised, which is a bad decision. It's all over the TV, always been advertised and always been shown on YouTube on adverts before the video starts. Effects. There are lots of debates about what affects the media consumption. There are lots of debates about what affects the media consumption has its own audience. Some people argue that excessive consumption of certain types of media, violent films or video games, for example, leads to people becoming more violent. The culmination theory suggests that while exposure to a single violent film or genre game is unlikely to cause someone to become violent overnight, but long-term repeated exposure to violence is likely to designate people to become violent, both in media and real life. In other words, just from playing Call of Duty for a short-term time will not make them violent, whereas if the individual were to play the game over a long time, it could potentially make them violent and put them in the wrong path. Effects of exposure. Explicit sexual or violent content. Call of Duty doesn't have any sexual content in it whatsoever, so therefore it wouldn't have an impact on the audience other than the violent content impact. There are lots of gory and bloody scenes in this game, especially in the campaign missions. This could be really shocking and impact the younger audiences. Often, when young children see something on TV, they often believe it is true or it is alright to do so. So if they are playing a shooting game where they kill and shoot lots of people, they could end up believing that it is okay to do and put them in the wrong path. That is why most Call of Duties have an age minimum of 16. Effects advertising. Effects Advertising is perhaps the type of media most targeted at getting the preferred reading from the people that view adverts. Can have such an impact on their audience. There are lots of rules about what can and what can't be shown and said on the advert. There are quite a lot of issues some people may have experienced when watching these gory adverts. One of them being they do not want their child or children playing these violent games. The fact that they are actually promoting a shooting game which involves killing of other people is giving out the wrong message. Some people might say that promoting a shooting and killing is the right to do, whereas others might are alright with it and accept that it's just a game and nothing further than that. Health concerns. In Call of Duty, there were not many health concerns other than the fact it involves shooting and killing, which could then influence young children that is alright to do so and kill people.
Old time, all my Arnalds and Carlas. Late night cruising on a craft, smoking on the lemon or the amp, rolling.